Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Gray League, and let's see what team we're going to be running with. I believe we're going to be showing the Shadow Feraligatr paired with the Guzzlord and the Annihilape. So we're going to switch out here into the Annihilape as our general save swap against this Dragonair. We know this Dragonair can throw Aqua Tails and doing a lot of fast move damage. We're going to make sure we go up to a lot of energy, throw this nice slash quote-unquote bait. We don't get the shield, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to throw the Nice Slash again and see if we can just win this outright. They decided to shield, interesting. So they did call the first bait, but then they wanted to shield. So they are looking forward to winning this lead, I guess. But we're going to... Okay, they actually switch out, and we have the close combat sneak. So let's see if we can get this sneaky close combat to go through. Boom! Goes the Dugong. The Dugong definitely was not expecting that. They have to be switch locked for a little bit. And now they reveal that they have the Lantern in the bag. Lantern is not going to have any play versus this Guzzlord as we resist all the moves and we were able to farm down. So we go for the crunch. We do get the debuff, and now the situation has gone from bad to worse for our opponent. They end up going for the Surf, and they know that is GG's because they have no play against this Guzzlord, especially since they got debuffed. So nice sneaky attack by our Annihilape. We are running the close combat Nice Slash version just for that surprise factor, and it did come in handy. Alright, we got the Feraligatr versus the Skarmory here. This is going to be an interesting matchup as we are doing neutral damage here, but you can see, okay, they actually catch a move. Nice catch by my opponent. We throw the Hydro Cannon and do some resisted damage, but we're going to go into our Annihilape here, and we're going to see if our opponent ends up shielding this or not. Potentially could be the Shadow Ball. Our opponent does call our bait, unfortunately, but now we just have to tank this and potentially farm down. They go for the Icy Wind debuff, and that's fine. Allows us to farm a little bit more. And we're going to throw this Nice Slash before they get to another move. Let's see if they care about the switch. Okay, we do get the boost, which negates their Icy Wind, so a little bit of fortunate right there. Then our opponent realizes that that's the case. They go for a Sky Tag right before we get to a move, and now our Poliwrath is gone. Or sorry, the Annihilape is gone. Now we're going to go back into our Feraligatr. Feraligatr here does have Hydro Cannons to throw back at this Skarmory. They decide to shield, interesting. So we're going to shield here to match them, and we know that we can outpace them to the next move, so anticipating them to switch out. They do switch out into the Wishcash. Wishcash here is going to have to think about tanking this Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon does a lot of damage from this Feraligatr. You can see right there, roughly 50% damage right there. Here we're going to try to catch a move, anticipating a Mud Bomb, because our Feraligatr was so low. It does end up being the Mud Bomb. They actually had two Mud Bombs, so we do sneak in another Dragon Tail right there. Another Mud Bomb gets us into the yellow, and we're looking to farm down. We don't get the farm down, but they are able to throw another move. If it's the Mud Bomb, we will be in the low red, and we are going to be able to come out of that situation with the move. We throw the Crunch right back at this Skarmory. They decided to try to call that situation. Unfortunately, instead of shielding, they are super low. So GG's to our opponent right there, able to use that Guzzlord up to the utmost. All right, next game, let's see what we find. We do have the two Pokemon here that are generally pretty good against the weaknesses of Feraligatr, but mainly it's the Feraligatr Guzzlord core and the Annihilape as a general safe swamp. Here we have to kind of stay in as this Zeruma here is pretty good against our backline with their charge moves. We're going to be able to throw this Hydro Cannon here, gets it into the yellow, so this Feraligatr do some good damage considering it's not that bulky. We're going to shield here because, like I just said, Feraligatr is not that bulky. They do reveal that they have the play rough, so we don't want to switch out at any point. We're going to be able to get to another Hydro Cannon here, potentially getting a shield from our opponent. We do get the shield. Do we get the farm down at any point? No. So we're just going to shield here and a potential farm down and get the energy and take it to the end game. We get the Feraligatr with some energy. Ooh, we have the Trevenant lurking in the back. Trevenant here is going to be pretty decent against our Annihilape. So we're just going to stay in. We do get the debuff. Trying to get to a Hydro Cannon here. We do CAP tie. Unfortunately, we lose that. And they are going to be able to throw a Seed Bomb here to take out our Feraligatr. Feraligatr has already done an enormous job taking this situation into the end game, and they know that it's GG's because we have the Annihilape versus their Bastiodon. So That Feraligatr wreaked havoc against our opponent's team, taking out the Azumarill and getting the Trevenant super, super low. All right, let's see what we find here. We got the Feraligatr versus the Defense Deoxys. Okay, kind of a bad situation. We're going to be able to do super effective Shadow Claw fast move damage, and we're going to see if our opponent is trying to do that Psycho Boost and Dip, or they're trying to win this with the potential Thunderbolt. So they do farm up a lot of energy. They actually let this Deoxys go down pretty low. They go for the Thunderbolt, so they were trying to win the lead here. Our opponent here switches out into the Chestnut, and then they switch out again into the Talonflame. Our opponent here does get the CAP tie. The fly goes through, and it ruins our Annihilape. Annihilape right there, unfortunately, could not survive the fly, and we have to waste a ton of energy. We only could have thrown Night Slash anyway, so potentially could have gotten a shield out of that situation, but unfortunately did not happen. Here we have the Feraligatr with a ton of energy throwing 2 Hydro Cannons to get both shields, and we're going to have to let this go. And we're going to see if we can win the game with this Guzzlord. Our opponent here has boosted their attack. We're going to shield here and look for the farm down. They end up going for the fly, makes sense, but they're very close to another fly, right? They do switch out, and unfortunately, this Chestnut has free reign to throw the superpower at our Guzzlord here. Do we survive the superpower from this range? Let's find out. And the answer is no. So GG's to our opponent using that Chestnut to break up our backline right there. Unfortunately, couldn't quite beat that end game right there. If we had thrown the Annihilape energy a little bit sooner, maybe we'd have had a chance, but it is what it is. All right, we got the Annihilape versus our Feraligatr. We're doing some super effective fast move damage here. We are going to throw this Hydro Cannon on good timing. So we know that this Hydro Cannon is going to get shielded, and our opponent here is trying to catch a Shadow Ball potential, but our opponent was patient enough. We're going to see if this is not Ice Punch version. It is the Ice Punch version. So we do give up all that information. We do know that they probably have Ice Punch Shadow Ball. And then we're going to throw this Crunch right back at this Sand Slash. The Sand Slash here, able to tank the Crunch easily, but they do get debuffed. We have a decision. Do we go to Annihilate here to try to counter down? Oh, unfortunately, one counter was not enough to KO. We try to snipe all that energy. They go for the Drill Run, and now we have to win this game with 2 shields versus their 1. They reveal that they have the Wish Cache here. We're going to go for this close combat and dip strategy. They do let that go. And since they let it go, we're actually going to stay in because we want them to use some energy. We're going to shield here and potentially try to farm down. Ooh, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. We do get them to use some energy, though. So since that's the case, we're going to let this Annihilape go down, and then we're going to use our Feraligatr here to try to win. We do try to get some extra energy. Our opponent here does reveal that they have no Night Slash, so we decided to just farm it down. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.